What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for Thursday, April 20th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys. Yesterday, across the central, the southern and central plains, we dealt with some severe weather. We had a nasty tornado across Oklahoma that done some very nasty damage here. We also had some damaging storms here up near Iowa, Missouri. And unfortunately, you guys, all of this is just going to continue to move on to the southeast today, and the threat now shifts into parts of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, southeast Missouri, and Illinois. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to your Weather on the Fly so you can stay up to date and weather aware as the Storm Prediction Center comes out with updates. I have them on my Shorts community tab. So, you guys, taking a look at the surface map this morning, you can see we still have the higher pressure off the southeast U.S. coastline here over the Atlantic, which should, for the most part, keep Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Carolinas with some nice weather for today. Even here across the New Orleans area, we should see some nice weather. But as you can see, there's still a general thunderstorm risk here across the southern Florida peninsula for some showers and thunderstorms later today. Even across almost to near Brownsville, we have a general thunderstorm risk. Then we start to get into the severe weather outlook, which I'm going to explain, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you guys. And as we continue to move further up into the central and northern plains here in Midwest, you can see this first batch of storms, heavy showers and storms, is currently moving into Illinois as we speak here. So you will have to be on the lookout for this morning and continuing into the afternoon for some severe weather, possibly up here as well. And that general thunderstorm risk will extend all the way up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, as all this weather continues to move on to the east here, as we have our big upper mid to upper level low pressure system here across North Dakota, which is causing all of this. And as you can see, the surface low near Nebraska here is spinning, moving slowly to the northeast, you guys, which is causing all of this weather. And as you can see across the Pacific Northwest, we still have some more moisture funneling in here, and may even have a few thunderstorms across parts of the Rockies around the Denver area. So, you guys, that's taking a look at the surface map this morning. Now we're going to pause this and go to the convective outlooks, you guys. Let's take all of this off. All right, you guys, almost there. All right, and as you can see, we do have a huge slight risk here that goes from basically southern Texas all the way on up to the Chicago area for some severe weather, you guys. And this will be all due into part of this big, as I showed you guys, the big upper system spinning over North Dakota. This the strong mid to upper level southwest jet is going to kick in. Then once the low level jet kicks in later on this afternoon and evening around when it usually does, that's when we are probably going to more than likely see these thunderstorms ignite here. Now, as you can see, there is a huge slight risk that does include San Antonio, Houston, Lufkin, Waco, Dallas, Shreveport, Sulphur, extending northeast, Fort Smith, Little Rock, just to the west of Memphis, on up into St. Louis, Peoria, and on just about to the southwest of Chicago. We do have a slight risk. The marginal risk extends all the way up to near Green Bay. It does include the Chicago risk, Memphis under the marginal risk, coming all the way down to the Lafayette area, just to the west of Baton Rouge. There will be a marginal risk. Down towards Corpus Christi in South Texas, a marginal risk of severe storms, you guys. All hazards will be possible today, so let's check the probabilities and see here. Tornadoes, we do have a 2% chance here, mainly across the southern mode here, across Texas, east central Texas, extending into Arkansas and extreme southern Missouri. And we do have a second area that we will need to keep an eye out for tornadoes across Illinois and parts of southern Wisconsin, which does include the Chicago area. As we check the hail probability, we have a 15% threat for some damaging hail here across parts of east central Texas on up into Illinois, encompassing the slight risk, and a 5% encompasses the marginal risk. So we will be on the lookout for some hail. Wind probability, we do have that same 15% threat for wind across the slight risk. So damaging winds will be a possibility today across the Houston, Dallas, Little Rock area, extending on up into near Chicago. As we check for significant tornadoes, we don't have any. That's always a blessing, you guys. We do have a hatched area for large significant hail, you guys. Dallas, Waco, San Antonio. Hail on the order of more than 2+ inches in diameter could be possible. So we will definitely be on the lookout for some severe hail here across east central Texas. Significant wind probability, no significant wind. So that hail threat will be one of the main primary hazards yet again for today. Now, you guys, as we take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms going to start to materialize and evolve here. And let's start at about 12 p.m. You can see the system up here, the low pressure near Nebraska and Iowa have the showers and thunderstorms. Minneapolis, Wisconsin, just to the west of Chicago, showers and thunderstorms. We're going to have the wintry mess across eastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, western Minnesota. It will be winter weather going on, you guys. And as we come further down to the south across Missouri, southeast Oklahoma, and now getting into parts of southern Arkansas, east central Texas, to the west of Houston, to the north of Corpus Christi, to the east of San Antonio. At just as early as the afternoon, 12 o'clock, we could see some showers and thunderstorm cells popping up here that could be potentially producing all hazards, you guys, but mainly, especially that hail. We'll have to be on the lookout for that. As we move on to about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you guys, oh, you guys, look at that line of storms that starts to develop. Let's back this up just a little bit. All right, look at this line of storms. This is literally between 12 and 2. We're going to go to 2 o'clock, you guys. Between 12 and 2, look between Dallas and Houston across east central Texas, this strong line of storms that develop here. So we're going to be also looking out for some flash flooding. Flooding will definitely be an issue here with these storms today and going in through the nighttime hours. But as you can see, 2 o'clock, southeast Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, all having showers and thunderstorms that could be potentially producing all hazards. As we move on to 4 or 5 o'clock, look just to the southeast of Dallas. This line here explodes. I'm telling you, this line probably have embedded all hazards in it, very large hail, tornadoes, and strong, severe, damaging winds. It may even be some significant damaging winds here. We will keep a lookout on that to see if the Storm Prediction Center does upgrade that wind threat. But you guys, this looks like this is going to be a nasty line developing here, possibly to the southeast of Dallas around 5 o'clock. And as you can see here, we're going to also have some heavy rain starting to enter Louisiana. And as we continue further up, southeast Missouri, into Illinois. Look, 5 o'clock possibly, we're going to have a line of strong to severe storms approaching the Chicago area. As we move on to 6, 7 o'clock, let's check and see for Chicago, you guys. And as you can see, about 6, 7 o'clock, that line starts to move through the Chicago area. St. Louis between 5 and 7 should be moving through you guys' area. Approaching Memphis around the 7 o'clock time frame, 7 in the evening. Little Rock, moving through Little Rock, you guys, Shreveport, getting some showers, and this extends all the way through the Arklatex, Texarkana, all the way Austin, Texas, San Antonio, all the way down into the Texas Hill Country. We could see some strong storms. As we move into the overnight hours, you guys, 1, 2 in the morning, you can see how this all continues. This is going to be a heavy rain threat, you guys, for parts of Illinois, Indiana, West Tennessee, Arkansas, even parts of the Arklatex, 1, 2 in the morning, could still be seeing some heavy showers and thunderstorms, you guys. And look across Louisiana, Alexandria, Houston, really starting to get into this mess here in the overnight hours. As we progress to 7 in the morning, you guys, on Friday, look at this heavy rain moving across central Louisiana, approaching the Baton Rouge area, just to the west of Jackson, coming through the Memphis area, extending on northeast into Kentucky, west central Kentucky, Indiana, starting to approach Ohio, and also getting into parts of Detroit, you guys. This will be for Friday morning at 7 a.m. And that's going to segue us into Convective Outlook Day 2. And as you can see, we do have a general thunderstorm risk that does extend from the state of New York all the way down into parts of southern Texas near the Brownsville area. And also that general thunderstorm risk will be there again across Florida here for Friday. But as you can see, you guys, Friday morning, that marginal risk does shift to the Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi here, you guys. And as you can see, 7 in the morning, heavy showers approaching the New Orleans area. As we move this on to about 9 o'clock, you guys, let's check and see. By 9 o'clock, this heavy showers is just starting to enter the New Orleans area. I would say this will probably be more on the order of mainly heavy rain, probably some localized strong wind gusts, maybe a little bit of hail, but for the most part, this look like this is going to mainly be a heavy rain threat for New Orleans, extending north into Jackson, Memphis, Nashville, Louisville, Kentucky. And as you can see, look back out here towards the Arklatex. We have more showers and thunderstorms starting to develop. Waco, Shreveport, even near the Houston area could see some more showers and storms. We get to 1 p.m. on Friday, you guys. And as you can see, this first batch of heavy rain starts to leave out of the New Orleans area in the Mississippi Gulf Coast as the afternoon goes along. But as you can see, Memphis is going to possibly be getting another round of heavy rain here for the afternoon tomorrow, extending down into Shreveport. And look near Houston and San Antonio, even some more strong cells could be popping up, which is why this marginal risk is here, you guys. And as you can see, extending even further on up into Indiana, Ohio, showers and thunderstorms. And before I continue this on, you guys, I want to quickly, we forgot to check the probabilities. But I'm gonna say I forgot to check the probabilities. All right, you guys, there's no tornado threat for Friday, you guys. So that'd be good news, but we always keep an eye on it just in case. Hail threat. There's a 5% hail threat, you guys. So that does include the New Orleans, Jackson, Houston, Brownsville area for Friday. Wind probability, there is that 5% threat for some strong localized gusty winds here as well. There is no significant tornado, you guys, no significant hail, and no significant wind, you guys. So really just the hail and isolated damaging winds. As we continue this on further, we're going to go to the late afternoon, evening hours on to Friday. And as you can see, this first batch shifts on out into the Gulf of Mexico. And look at the second batch of rain that moved through Memphis earlier in the afternoon, approaching Jackson, moving through Jackson probably around 7 p.m. Friday, extending on down between Alexandria and Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Another line of storms could be approaching. As we move on to about 10, 11 p.m. overnight Friday, you guys, this line looks like it starts to break up as it approaches the Baton Rouge, New Orleans area. But nonetheless, it still looks like it's going to have a few showers and some thunderstorms with it, even across southern Mississippi, going into parts of north central Alabama, even northern Georgia. Look at all the heavy rain that could possibly be ongoing across Kentucky and Ohio overnight Friday into Saturday. And as we go all the way as far as the HRRR will take us into Saturday morning, you guys, and that's going to segue us into convective outlook day 3, as this system will ignite some severe weather here across the Carolinas, the coastal areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina will have a chance for some severe weather on Saturday. And as you can see, as early as 7 in the morning, these cells will already be popping here across South Carolina, North Carolina. We will have a marginal risk here across all of the Florida's peninsula for some severe weather as well, you guys, and even up into Virginia Beach, we could see a possibility of some severe weather. And let's not forget, you guys, this area across Texas will also have a chance Saturday across the San Antonio, Austin area could see a possibility of a marginal risk of severe weather with a general thunderstorm risk from Midland, Abilene, Waco. So you guys, that's going to be it for this one. And as I said earlier, if you haven't done so already, be sure to share, like, and subscribe so you can stay up to date and weather aware here at your Weather on the Fly. Everyone be safe, be careful, and we're going to take a look at this tomorrow to see how all of this is continuing to materialize. And I will talk to you all in the next one.